everybody, it's Tipsy Tuesday.
Who's ready for Tipsy Tuesday? What's it called when you do the chicky? Look how pretty!
A fun weekly show where we grab our favorite drink. Salud!
Diana! I see, it's nice.
We take our bras off.
Somebody just wrote chicken.
And we laugh at people from around the world.
Yeah, I want some cheese and crackers. Of course I do.
Sometimes we even have guests.
So put your jammies on.
It's time for Tipsy Tuesday.
Good evening, everybody. It's Tipsy Tuesday. I'm so tired. Hello. Girl, who's just ready for bed? I'm just done. I don't know. Finally figured out how to become a member. I had to use my PC. Good. That's the best way to do it. Hello, Ramona. Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Amy Love is like, girl, I'm in bed. Girl, I wish I was in bed. This has already been the longest week ever, girl. How is everybody? I know these 2 days have been a long week. I hear you. I'm ready to hop into bed. So I hope everybody has their jams on. I hope everybody has come to, how long have you been doing YouTube? This is new. I haven't caught a live in so long. Thanks, Allie, for being here. About a month ago, we moved over to, hey, Shelly, how you doing? You have to give me an update. It's been about a month that we have been on the tube, as the kids call it. None of them call it that. So does peanut butter whiskey count? I don't know. That sounds weird to me. I'm sick of this week. I know. Took my 20 years ago to pick of 7. Oh, no. I know. I'm trying hard to stay awake. I don't think it's going to work. Candace, stay there. That's what the Lord wants. All right. So we're going to be talking about dreams. So everybody, please come to this conversation tonight with the creepiest dreams to talk about. That is our plan. To bring the weirdest dreams you've ever had to this conversation because we have a dream expert on. So it'll be great. Did you get Miss America to join you on the tube? She would love the show. There's a lot of them. I was thinking about calling some of the ladies that I was hanging out with. I was like, I'm sure those Miss Americas would love to be on. Oh, Anne-Marie. You are brave. Doing construction with your husband? No, girl. You trying to get divorced? Yeah. Surefire way to not want to be hanging out with your husband. Do a construction project together. I'm telling you, you know how there's like all those escape rooms everywhere? And people go axe throwing. I'm telling you, I think I could have full business across the country where it's just for date nights. And it's a room and you come and you check in and there'll be like 4 different rooms. Here's what it is. There's like a bedroom where you have to paint it together and like maybe put together to paint it. You have to pick out the colors. You have to pick out colors together and then just paint it. That's it. And that's light, for like a first date, right? And then you're dating for a little while. And then in the second room, you would put together like a piece of furniture from like IKEA, but like a couch. And then you would make the couch and then you would watch a movie together. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not. There'd be microwave and you had to make the popcorn just like you're going to do in a year and a half when you stop going out. And then the third escape room is a nursery. Now in this one, you have to paint the room, pick a baby's name. You have to make a crib, but out of kindling from your yard. And then, yes. And then the fourth room is a rage room. And that's where you go after you've been together for like a good solid 3 years and you're not married. And you rage the room until it's kindling. And that's what other people will use to make the bed. Yeah. Can he just leave me alone and do all the stuff alone? I mean, listen, if he's fine with it, I gutted and renovated 2 houses with my husband. We're divorced. Listen, I'm not wrong. Do you know, we're like, listen, let's just cut out the middleman. Let's go over, what would the name of this business be called? It would be like build it or divorce. No, it's got to be catchier. It's got to have a catchier name. Like, can we build it? Or build and destroy? Or built to last? No, it's got to have like a cool like dating till the death. I don't know. But I'm telling you, this is a good idea. All good ideas. Build it or break it. Carmen and Katie said literally the same thing. Destroy, then divorce. Gosh, you all had the same name. All right, Amy, I want to see it. If you build it, you will fail. Okay, Brian, I like it. Make it or break it. Boom. Bourbon babe. Make it or break it. Test your date. I painted 4 rooms in our house. 12 was, but my husband wants to pay someone to paint the front room. What? Yeah, what's going to go down first, the paint or the marriage? I'm telling you, a surefire way. Don't go throwing axes around. Don't go bowling. You sign up. What did we call it? Make it or break it. And we can be like, listen, assembling things makes me cry. That's what I mean, Renee. Like, they would know that. We would fast track. Like, the majority of your life together will be trying to build things together without killing each other. And then we would pipe in just screaming children, just crying. Yeah, and then the last room is wallpaper. You're not wrong. The last room is wallpaper or a she shed. We just give you all the pieces for a she shed and for your yard. Yeah. I'm telling you, someone's going to do it. And it's going to be the greatest thing in the world. I'll be like, let's go to Tipsy Tuesday, September 9th, and tell me whose idea it was. Yeah. I know I love my she shed, menopause mom, but I did that by myself. I should have known. Should have seen it. My husband doesn't do anything, so I would be on the date by myself. That's my kind of date. You're not wrong. All right, so listen. So maybe you're thinking about the love of your life and you renovating together for some dumb reason. Can't think of anything worse. Wayne isn't handy at all. He's happy to pay for someone else to do it. I begged his brother to take him out here for 2 weeks. I can handle it, but I can't handle him and his OCD. Girl. Lorene, I don't know why, but I'm literally like, am I getting my period? I'm not getting my period. I think I have my period. I don't have my period. I'm sorry, fellas, if you're here, but that's what's happening. And I don't know if I'm hot or cold at any minute. I'm either freezing or I'm hot. And this is my life. And that should be another room where you go in the room and like the woman completely acclimated, but it's like Arctic. And he has to sit there, build the couch, watch a movie with you and see how much he complains. I'm not wrong. And we'll be like, what temperature do you want? Do you want inferno or freezing? And she's like, today, let's go freezing. And I'll be like, got it. And if he complains one time, I'll be like, I don't think it's going to work. And there would be like an over 50 room. There'd be an over 50 room. In the over 50 room, there's just a trap door where like you're like so old, like you don't even want to argue about things. So when you're just done, you just hit the button and they just fall through the bottom. And you're just like, I'm good. I'm just saying they're different rooms. There's the rooms for the 20-year-olds and there's room for 50-year-olds. And they're burning hot. We're freezing cold and they all have a trapdoor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Janice, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. So tonight I'm hot. And in about 5 minutes, I'll have a coat on. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I know. Carol, I don't know. The pellets are supposed to be doing things. And I'm not like sweating, like I'm not going to be like drooling, but I'm just like, yeah, I was freezing all day and now I'm hot. So that's where we are. All right. So here we go. Tonight we're talking about, let me make this smooth transition. Horrible dates. Let's talk about dreams. Now, somebody said a weird dream about a crocodile like 2 seconds ago. So I want you to bring your weirdest, craziest dream questions because back with us tonight, one of our favorites who we've had on before is Kelly Sullivan. Let me tell you about her. Kelly Sullivan Walden, also known as the Dream Doctor or Dr. Dream, is a dream expert, hypnotherapist, and best-selling author of 10 books. Her newest release, Dreamifesting, Unlock the Hidden Power of Your Dreams to Manifest Your Best Life, builds on her mission to help people use their dreams as powerful tools for transformation. She's been featured on Dr. Oz, Coast to Coast, and Hallmark's Home and Family, bringing dream wisdom and inspiration to audiences worldwide. In addition to her book and media work, Kelly is a dynamic speaker, podcast host, and philanthropist. I've never met one. And co-founder of Chime In, a youth empowerment initiative aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and continues to lead workshops and retreats that help people turn life's challenges into opportunities for growth. With her unique blend of insight and compassion, Kelly inspired others to awaken to their most luminous selves. I hope you're feeling luminous tonight because I am. So please help me welcome to the show, Kelly Sullivan. Let's hear it for Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Hey, Dina, and hello.
I'm gonna put you on the top, Kelly, because I think
God, I like it on top.
I like the bottom, but there's going to be comments over my face, and I don't want them to cover your pretty face. So it's good to see you. Thanks for being here with us tonight.
I am so happy to be with you on Tipsy Tuesday.
I was going to say this is your first Tipsy Tuesday
because it's my first, but hopefully not my last.
Yeah, you did the morning show with us last time, and you already look mystical. Like with your back.
I just have a fan on because I'm hot and I'm having hot flashes. So it's like,
thank you. Thank you.
But oh gosh, what you were talking about just earlier about the home improvement stuff and we just
are you married, Kelly?
I am.
How have like major construction projects gone for you?
We just finished one and it almost finished us.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing. It was also during Mercury retrograde, which
obviously
I always like to say, oh, come on, it's nothing, but it always is something.
It's always.
So we're having the house painted. Yeah. We have, and I don't even have kids. I have stepkids and I have dogs. And then we had my stepdaughter's dog with us barking at the workers all around. And my husband and I were like, I don't know. This might be the craziest time of our whole life. Maybe we should get a divorce. I don't know.
How long have you been married, Kelly?
23 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
23 years. We've been through a lot, ups and downs, and this was like hell.
Yeah.
And
what exactly?
Oh, we got the house painted. How lovely, but damn, we paid the price.
Let me ask you something. You said Mercury is in retrograde because I would like to throw that around once in a while. What does that actually mean? And how would I know in my soul that it's happening?
Well, you know that it's happening. You can Google it. So you don't even have to search your soul. Sometimes I say I'm having my own personal Mercury retrograde. It's when Mercury is the planet that rules communication and expression. And during Mercury retrograde, if we were enlightened beings, we wouldn't try to do anything. We wouldn't try to make anything.
Retrograding like crazy today.
Okay.
Totally retrograding.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to retrograding.
Yeah. Click. Ooh, I don't want to pour that all over my screen. But it's when, so usually you're in Mercury retrograde when, here we go. Denise said retrograde means I'm going to go on a roller coaster. Everything gets funky. Exactly.
Is it like
and it is like that with a full moon.
It's like a
It's
full moon.
similar.
How
but
often does it happen? Like a full
it
moon?
happens about 2 or 3 times a year. And it's usually for like a week or two. And during that time, you're just not supposed to sign any contracts, not supposed to make any promises, only finish things that you've already been working on. So you can just, and then you won't, but to do anything with electronics, don't buy a computer during that time. Don't, but back everything up. Like if you know retrograde's coming up, you want to back your shit up.
Okay. So this said, it's coming up.
No, we just got through it.
Well, there's another one. It said November 9th.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, that's in a couple months.
Well, yeah. I don't know what day it is. So in 2 months, November 9th to the 29th, it's 20 days long.
What? You're right. November 9th through 29th, 20 days. So wait. Oh, it's yeah. All right. Well, gird your loins. So just but here you go. To make it not suck so bad, don't initiate any new projects. And hey, it's around the holidays during that time. That means kind of go into hibernation mode, and then you'll miss it. You'll miss it and you'll go, oh, there was a Mercury retrograde? Yeah. I didn't even notice.
So are these the words you use in normal life? You talk just about Mercury and retrograde, like in your life, like blame it for things? Because I do more things to blame, like my period or my children.
That's it.
I can throw Mercury.
Mercury is in retrograde, or I'm having my own personal Mercury retrograde. It's like, yes, it's really good to blame it on that. You can also blame it after Mercury retrograde, after it goes direct, because you could say, well, we're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Or even like months before, you could say, oh, it's the ramp up to Mercury retrograde. So basically we're covered all year long.
It's like my period. I'm about to get my period. I'm on my period. I just left my period. So you could just use it all the time. I like you, Kelly.
I've never associated Mercury retrograde with a period, but yeah.
Oh, it is. It is on point. Basically the same thing.
Except,
I think, the way you're saying it. So you have a new book called Dreamifesting.
I do.
Tell me how. So you tell, because when I think about it, so are you saying that somehow your dreams are supposed to help you manifest like what you want, or are our dreams telling us subconsciously what we want?
Yes, and it's so interesting. I'm looking at the what's going on in the chat. How do you do both? Oh my God. Somebody just said it's their birthday and it's Thanksgiving and they can't go into hiding. Shakendra said that, and I love you. Get away from me. Yes, exactly. Okay. So I'm just going to focus. Yes, dreamifesting. The idea of it is our dreams, the ones we have at night, they are connected to our subconscious mind. So let's just think of it like an iceberg. The tip of the iceberg is our conscious mind. That's what we see. That's what we relate to. That's what we normally think we are. And then underneath the surface of the water, there's this whole world going on. So that's our subconscious. That's our, like, who we are when we're really, really tipsy. That's when this other part of us comes out that's like, I love you so much, I hate you so. It's like this part of us that is not confined by our logic, our rational thinking. So our subconscious mind is, we could say, a truer version of ourselves. And a part of us that sometimes, yes, when we're tipsy, I mean, this is a weird comparison. It's not always the same. But it's who we are when we're not just in the like cage of our logic. So you don't live in the cage of your logic, so this might not make sense to you, but
I live in a lot of cages of logic. Nothing I've been doing lately makes any sense, but this is where you are.
Okay. So our dreams are our wisdom. I just did a TED talk on this, and I was able to say it very succinctly how our dreams help us to manifest better, and how some of the greatest inventions and contributions to science, technology, modern life. Stephanie Meyer, even the one who created the Twilight series, was a single mom with a whole bunch of kids, and she had a dream about a benevolent vampire. And she was so intrigued by this benevolent vampire that she wrote all about him and how the smell of this one girl's blood made him crazy, but he didn't want to hurt her. So she wrote this book that became massive bestseller, massive movie, like, series. So not just contribution to science and technology and altruistic things, but really cool creative projects can come out of our dreams.
Now,
So,
somebody said that she's having, was it Shakendra? She's having inappropriate dreams about coworkers.
okay. All
What does
right.
that mean?
So here's what I say about that. We will dream about the people who are in our lives. If it's inappropriate, probably meaning sexual, I'm imagining.
Oh,
Can we
yeah.
just go right there?
Definitely that.
Can we have a soundtrack for this?
Mhm.
So it could be like if it's a boss, let's say, and you're sleeping with the boss in your dreams, it could mean, because everyone, according to me and the late great Carl Jung, who is the father of psychotherapy, we would say everyone in your dream is an aspect of yourself. So it's you having sex with the part of you that is the boss. It's you. And what is sex? Sex is a metaphor for intimately bonding and connecting. So you're not cheating on anybody. You're not doing anything inappropriate in your dream because you're connecting with the part of you that calls the shots. Or if it's a coworker, ask yourself, what does this person do? What qualities do I ascribe to them? Are they really smart? Are they, I don't know, really, do they have a certain gift that I don't have? It might be that you're bonding deeply with that part. And it could be that you're attracted and you're getting it out of your system in
Yeah.
your dreams so that you don't have to start humping them in the break room and getting fired. And
That sounds like her as well. Now, Margaret said, I had a dream last night that I gave birth to Jesus.
wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. This is deep. And I hope this doesn't offend anybody. But from the perspective, this is my first go-to place when I'm looking at a dream. Everyone in the dream is the dreamer. So if it's my dream and I'm giving birth to Jesus, that would mean first of all, I'm tapping into the mother, the holy mother aspect
Mhm.
of myself. And what is the Holy Mother? That is the part that is the most forgiving, the most spacious. She has the most capacity to forgive. She's unbelievably unconditional with her love. And then giving birth to Jesus. Oh my God. I mean, who is Jesus to you? I would ask. If it's my dream, to me, Jesus is, I'm not a quote unquote Christian, but I friggin' love Jesus. And whenever I will see a statue or think about, and if and when he shows up in my dream, I'm like, it's the part of me that is forgive them for they know not what they do. It's the part that sees that higher perspective. And I was just saying this just the other day, that quote in the Bible that this and greater things can ye do. Like, and ye meaning all of us, like we're all capable of being better than we are.
All right. So
And
you're
so,
saying that everybody in the dream is you in some way, right? So we all,
even if it's far away, yeah.
if it's far away. So now Christine said,
Mhm.
why do a lot of my dreams take place at my grandmom's house or on the property? Like, what does it say
Mm,
about the place? Like you've said, all the people are you.
yes.
So what about
So
the place?
when it comes to people or places, the first thing to do is give it 3 words of a description. So, how does grandma's house make you feel? Is it, I mean, for me, I'm projecting that it's sort of like a childhood home. It's a place of refuge, a place of safety, a place of vulnerability, a place when I was little, I had permission to play and be magical and everything was taken care of. Grandma would cook everything. It always smelled good. I mean, not everybody's grandma's like that. So you have to be personal about this. What 3 characteristics of grandma's house? Did she answer? So,
Yeah.
so I would say, and we all have a cast of characters that show up recurringly, and also a cast of locations that show up. So if I'm dreaming about childhood home, if I'm dreaming about grandma's house, it might mean that I'm having a longing for belonging back in a time when I felt so safe. And how might that be appropriate in your life today? Ooh, what about old boyfriends?
All right. So Mary said, I have a reoccurring dream where I go back to high school for basketball practice, except I'm my current age. I don't have my sneakers and I can't remember my locker combination. I feel like all of us have that dream
Yes.
where we're back somewhere else. Is it the
Yep.
same thing like you were saying, like you're looking for a sense of belonging, or was this like a great time of your life?
Yeah, it's interesting because so a lot of people dream of being back at school and not knowing their locker combination. It's an interesting blend of high school sports and also not having the locker combination. So this is kind of a double whammy
Hmm.
because sometimes back then, for some, it was like a heyday. It's also school in a way. It was kind of the first time in our lives that we had to make the grade. For some of us, it was the first time that we were tested by circumstances in our lives, and we there was a lot of peer pressure. So often dreams like this recur when we in our contemporary time we're up against a test. We're
Hmm.
challenged. We have to figure something out, and we're like, what was that combination? So
Hmm.
there's a whole part of Dreamifesting where I talk about how to finish a nightmare. This doesn't sound like it was a total nightmare, but it sounds stressful, about being back at
Yeah.
school and the
I
day of the
feel like
exam.
everybody's had that in some version. Now, a lot of people in the chat have mentioned that they are dreaming about exes and they
Yeah.
they want to learn how to that they want is there a way to stop you?
Yes.
Tell us.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to get very personal. And it's embarrassing, so I'm going to take another drinky poo,
Okay.
and I'm going to have a little bit because
Okay.
we're just, hanging out here. Um, My most recurring dream up until not that long ago
Mhm.
was about my first ex. It was my first love when I was very, very, very young. And he broke up with me way back then. And I'm embarrassed to say how old I was that I would still dream about this, but I'm going to tell you, my, we were together from when I was 11 to 13.
Okay.
So at 11, I was so in love, like, like I could just die. I could explode, and I had no sense of ego that would say, "Play it cool, Kelly, just in case." Like there was no brakes. I had no ability to put on the brakes. So I was all in so that when one day he just broke up with me and said, yeah, we're done.
I'm 13. I've got a lot of living to do.
Yeah, exactly. I I couldn't stop crying. I didn't want to go to school. My mom, I was inconsolable. And so we ended up getting back together, and I ended up getting to turn the tables and break up with him several times.
Mm,
But that first imprint was him breaking up with me.
and that
So,
you kept having this dream.
yes. So throughout all the way, and I'm in my 50s, like it still would show up where I'm trying to get his attention, trying to get him to still love me, trying to be like, hey, am I cool? And he was always rejecting me in some way.
Hmm.
So what I finally did after so many years, because I was so embarrassed that I'm having this dream about an ex that I mean, if he showed up today and said, hey, want to marry me? I'd be like, no, no,
Have you seen them
no
though?
way.
I mean,
No.
you don't know.
Well, yes, but no.
Okay.
But here's what I did, and this is what stopped it. And this is what everybody can do
Yeah.
with an X dream. So you imagine, well, I'm going to tell you what I did and then I'm going to make it general. So what was missing for me was that I was rejected and there was nothing I could do to get his affection. I wanted his affection. I wanted his affirmation. And that's what was missing. So what I realized is that you can finish a nightmare. A nightmare is an unfinished dream, and I write about this in Dreamifesting. I break it all down. So what you do in your waking state, because very few of us are ever going to have a lucid dream where we actually can do this inside the dream. So most of us, we wake up with a dream about our ex. We at least remember what was happening in the dream. We remember we can finish this dream. We're the Steven Spielberg of our own dream. In our waking state, we can say, well, if I was lucid, if I was back in my dream, but with my full awareness, what would I do differently in this dream, or what would shift, or what would change? So what I did in my dream, I imagined that he did notice me, and he went, oh my God, I've been such a fool. I love you so much. I want you so bad. And I'm like, oh, awesome. It's about friggin' time. But then I turned up the dial even more. I made him obsessively in love with me so much that I was like, okay, all right, back off,
Creepy.
go away. So I'm now running from him. And
So, but
that's
you
where,
did that when you woke up.
when I woke up. But it's like a continuation of the dream. And this is a very fancy thing that they call image rehearsal therapy. They practice it at Harvard. This is not just something I thought I made it up, but it turns out there's all kinds of clinical evidence that this works with anybody with PTSD of any kind, all the way from something relatively benign like my situation, people that have been in combat, people that have been raped or attacked, when
Hmm.
they have recurring nightmares about anything that leaves them feeling unsettled, you can do this. And doing it several times will actually stop it or change it. So, an
Hmm.
ex, let's face it, most relationships don't end on a high note. They usually end with some kind of crisis. I mean, it's usually not like, yay, we're having the best of times. All right, let's break up. Something usually goes wrong, and we're left with unfinished business. We're
So,
left with
but
baggage.
does this have to be done like as soon as you wake up? Like as soon as you wake up, you need to come up with you need to
No,
visualize.
you don't have to do it as soon as you wake up, but usually the dream is gone within 5 minutes of waking up. So you at least need to write the dream down, and then you can get to it later when you do have a minute to do some journaling or
And
some
that's when
self
you
reflection.
rewrite this, where you eventually turn it
Where
around.
exactly you write the script. It's your dream. You're the director of your dream. If you don't like how it ends, then you get to create the ending
Do
that
you
gives you power.
You talked a lot about like lucid dreams and how like in a lucid
Yes.
dream you could rewrite that. Do you believe that people have the ability to will themselves into a lucid dream and be able to control it? Before you answer that, I'm going to say that I think people can, because I feel like there are times where I've had the same recurring dream that I didn't want, and I feel like I was able to say, I don't want this anymore. Am I correct that you can will yourself into a lucid dream?
Yes, you can. You can will yourself in, and there's a million different practices. I'm not a lucid dream expert, but I've had a few of my own. So this is what you can do while you're if you can, if you're noticing that you're in while you're dreaming, you're noticing that it's a pattern, you're noticing, I mean,
Mhm.
technical term or the technical definition for lucid dreaming is being aware that you're dreaming while you're dreaming. So
Mhm.
anytime you're aware, oh my God, am I dreaming? Is this a dream? Then you're lucid. And at that moment that you believe you are dreaming, when you're dreaming, often you can start to change things. You can start to will things to go in another direction. And that's an amazing thing, because often what you're doing is you're sort of rewiring what's
Mhm.
happening in your mind. We all have certain grooves, certain mental patterns that have our reality turn out the way it is. And if you have a lucid dream, like you were just talking about, Dina, that means that you're kind of you're changing the script of the way you normally do things in life, or the way you normally be. So
Now, Kimberly said, I will wake up from a dream and then go back to sleep to purposely finish the dream. Is that
yeah.
possible?
Oh God, yes. And sometimes it's frustrating for people that they're not able to re-enter the dream. But this is why what I write about in Dreamifesting, I think, is important, because you don't have to exactly get back into the dream. Just by remembering it, you're connecting with that wavelength of the dream. So it's not cheating. There's all kinds of clinical research about how valid this is. It's special when you can get will yourself back into the dream. Believe me, that is like, that is a very special thing, but we're not always able to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
know that there's other ways to do it.
It's funny because I remember having like a dream about my grandpa who I was really close with. And And I just remember, like you're saying, like it was like going home. Like I just loved seeing him and talking to him. And then I woke up and I was like, no, like I was really like trying to get back to this place and just being in his presence. You're just like so hard. Like you just wish you could make, Lorene said, most of my family's passed, but I've never dreamt of any of them. I just wish I could see them in my dreams. Like, do you think that there's a way, like, are there things that people can be doing in their waking
Yes.
life that would start to
Yes.
elicit more dreams? What would that be?
Yes, but let me address this first. When you're talking about how you felt with around your grandpa, is that what you called him?
Yeah.
That's so cute that you called him grandpa. One thing that is super important to know is that a dream isn't over just because you wake up. So look at your little face. Everybody, can you see Dina's cute little face right now? Like you can see that glow on her, that she just, by remembering this dream, the dream ain't over just because she woke up. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that. It's so precious.
Drunk eyes too. I'm a little drunk too.
Okay, a little bit of that. A little bit of that.
Yeah.
But it's so cute. So you can, whether you were able to actually slip back in that dream or not, just the fact that you can remember it means that you in some way are slipping back in that dream. And some dreams over time, I mean, I don't want to get too intellectual here, but Einstein did this. He had a really vivid, incredible, ecstatic dream about sledding through the Alps as a 13-year-old teenager. And he popped through, and this is the second time I'm talking about 13 years old. That's interesting. Anyway, I'll get back to that. But he broke, my doggie wants to be a part of the show. We're all saying hello.
Oh my gosh.
I'm obsessed. Look at her. She looks like she's a reverse skunk. She's got a white belly.
She is. So can people, like, are there things that people can do to get people that have passed into their dream?
Yes. So, grandparents, anybody, if there's anybody that's passed and you feel that you haven't yet connected with them, you got to know that they may have come through in many dreams, but even people that remember every single dream only are remembering a fraction of the dreams. Most of the dreams we have, we don't remember. But if you, for example, before you go to sleep tonight, pick one person that you'd like to communicate with. And if you want to light a candle before you go to sleep, make sure you blow it out before you actually sleep. But write a little note or write their name down on a piece of paper, get a picture of them, or something like I have a pipe from my grandpa. He used to smoke this maple tobacco, and it still smells like him. And every once in a while, just be like, come into my dream, Grandpa. It's like or a picture of a friend or some little token of something that you remember them by, and think about it right before you go to sleep. I mean, really, this is Dreamifesting in a nutshell, is think about what you're wanting to connect with in the dream right before you go to sleep, and let your dreams take off. And so you might not wake up with a memory of your grandpa, but you might have something else might show up that is connected to him. You can also ask a question about something that's going on in your life. Might not be about, wow, I'm getting tipsy. I never do podcast tipsy, so woo! I'm going on tangents here.
Great. No, I love it. I love the tangents. Now, I talked about earlier in your bio that you co-founded Chime In, and this is a youth empowerment program with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. What does all that mean?
Oh my God. Well, I have to say, honestly, I haven't been doing anything with that for the last few years, so you must have an old bio. Okay. But it was a program that I created back in 2008? No, before then, 2006. So wow. It's such a crazy ass thing, but basically I had the biggest lightning bolt kind of thing that just kind of came through me. I had this idea that the kids in the inner city, I grew up in Los Angeles, and I grew up in an area that is now considered the hood, Huntington Park, not Huntington Beach, Huntington Park, which is like the hood. So I kind of grew up on the edge and in and around the hood, but we moved out to the suburbs later. But I have a thing for for inner city kids. And I had this idea that why the world isn't getting better faster sooner is because kids aren't involved in making decisions, or not necessarily decisions, but coming up with solutions, having creative ideas. So I created this program and piloted it where I had kids get to know what the issues were that the UN is dealing with, issues about climate change and gender inequality and like just and eradicating poverty and things like that. And I had the kids come up with ideas, and I brought a little prop from a Hollywood prop shop, a time machine. So I had them get into the time machine and imagine that they were going into a future. Anyway, using their dreaming mind to come up with solutions. And and I'm covered in chills. It was such a success that the kids were these like inner city kids that were like hoodlums, that they would slash your tires. They would knife you if you did it or said the wrong thing. These kids would come after school. They didn't want to leave the program because they felt empowered, like they could make a difference in the world. Holy shit, nobody's ever asked me, anybody's ever even looked at me like I might have an idea. And they came up with so many solutions. They raised money. They built they adopted a village in Kenya that they did so many cool things. You can't even imagine.
Well, let me
Anyway,
ask you this, because you're
it's got a
talking
life
about
of its own.
I mean, all of this kind of goes back to just like the power of dreams. And
Dreams, yeah.
we've had so many people talking about, all these different dreams and what does this mean? But there are a ton of people that have come through this chat that are saying, I don't remember my dreams, or I would love to be able to remember more of them. I feel like, some people are like, I remember every dream, and maybe they're just more intuitive. And there's other people like, very rarely do I remember them, but like, and then I wake up going like, why did God want me to remember this? This is like random things. But like, are there things that we can do so that I don't know. I feel like everybody wants to kind of listen to their subconscious self. All of us are looking for guidance, and maybe even from our own selves, and we're not getting it. Like, are there things that we can be doing? Like we'd like not eat pork after 6. Like, don't stop eating barbecue. Like, what is it? What is it that's blocking certain people from remembering dreams, and what makes other people just seem so in tune?
Okay, so first of all, it's scientifically proven that we all dream between 3 to 9 dreams every single night. So if you're not remembering dreams, it's not because you're not dreaming. It's just because you're not remembering them. And the reason you're not remembering them is not your fault. It's not because you're bad or you're doing anything wrong. It's just that you've become an adult that pays attention to the things that you have to pay attention to when you first wake up. But we're habit makers, us humans. So if we make a habit of remembering dreams, then it'll be like the build it and they will come. We get in the habit of remembering. So my suggestion, and I'll put the link to my TED Talk in here if I can find it and figure out how to do that. Because I give the nutshell of how to do this, because this is everybody's question. I don't remember dreams. How do I remember them? The simple thing is to set a strong intention before you go to sleep at night. I will remember a dream, or dream maker, God, Jesus, baby Jesus, whoever you are, help me remember a dream tonight. And if you want to get fancy about it, you can either write a little note, like I want to connect with grandpa, or somebody said, I dream me skinny. I want to be skinny. I want to lose weight. So, right. So it could be that, just something simple. I suggest that you write down a couple of words, make it so simple. And if you want to get really fancy about it, tear out put it on a piece of paper, put it under your pillow. This is like, because you're going to somehow touch that piece of paper in the night, and it's going to remind you, oh yeah, that was my intention. But you give it to your dreams, fall asleep. You don't even have to worry about what you're going to dream about. You've set the intention.
Nice.
Then you have to make sure when you first wake up in the morning, those very first moments, instead of reaching for your phone to check the news, weather, sports, social media, even what's going on with Dina, save it until after you first record your dream, because it will slip away in the first few minutes of awakening. You can have the biggest lottery winning dream, what's going to save the world, what's going to save your family. And it'll be gone in just a couple minutes if you don't write it down. So you just need to give a couple minutes. And here's the trick. If you don't remember a dream right away, because you're just out of the habit, write down your first thoughts upon awakening. So you might be thinking, I hate that neighbor. Oh, what a bitch, whatever. I mean, just write that down. The first thing that it's probably not going to be that, but whatever you're thinking immediately upon awakening, the wine is kicking in, Dina.
Yeah, no, I can feel it. I love it.
Damn bitch. I was getting a dirty look from a neighbor of mine today. And so obviously it's trickling in here.
So anyway. Michelle found the link to your TED Talk. So she's posted that a couple times. Alejandra found the link to your I think it was your Instagram as well.
Great.
So good. Everybody can do yourself a favor and check out those links.
Put a Dreamifesting, because I've got some free gifts that if people pre-order Dreamifesting, it comes out in a couple weeks. They can get that. I don't know if am I not connected to the chat? Oh, Pearl's freaking. Come here, Pearl. Little Pearl.
Who is on your wall behind you?
Oh, that's Frida. Do you know Frida?
Oh, Frida Kahlo?
Frida Kahlo. Yeah.
Why is she there? What does she do for you?
Good question. I just love her. I love her so much. Do you know much about Frida?
I mean, I know she was kind of iconic for her time, and the first Hispanic woman, right? Who made a splash in art.
Yeah, I've been to Mexico. I take people on sacred journeys to Teotihuacan, Mexico. It's kind of like 20 years of therapy in a week, where it's like a pretty amazing ceremony that we do. And I always go to the Frida Kahlo, where she used to live, the Blue House in Coyoacán, Mexico. And when I go there, I just sob my eyes out, because I just feel such a kindred connection with her. And what I love so much is that she had a pretty tortured life, actually. But she, like, even when she couldn't move her body, she would paint. Like, she was in bed, and they gave her dad and her mother created a way for her to be able to paint over her head. So even though she couldn't move her body, she was able to still. That's why there's so many self-portraits of her, because she was the only one she could paint most of the time, because it was just her. But it's like such a touching thing that even under such horrifying circumstances, she was able to make beauty, and not even necessarily beauty, but she was able to create and have an impact. So it's kind of like the message of your life doesn't have to be perfect at all. I mean, she had every horrible thing happen to her, but she was still amazing. I mean, she was on the cover of French Vogue with like this cripple woman that like had so much shit happen to her.
I'm going to look her up. I'm going to look her up now.
It's Selma Hayek played her in the movie, she did a pretty great job.
Yeah. I saw it when it came out. I mean, I noticed when it came out, but I did not see it, and I really would like to. Yeah.
It's beautiful. She's inspiring. I love her.
Wow. Good.
Yeah.
Well,
what's the painting to the left? Oh, that was Janice asking.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So how on your Instagram do you talk about dreams? Are you helping people interpret things? Like, what are people going to find when they follow you on Instagram?
Oh, good question. I feel like I'm not a very good Instagrammer, but I try. I do have a lot of things that are everything. All roads seem to lean back to dreams. But sometimes, like, I was just in France. I just got home yesterday, Dina. So that's part of why I'm loopy. I'm loopy because of the wine, which I need a little more of.
What were you doing in France?
Oh my God. That's another long ass story, but yeah. I was invited I didn't exactly officiate a funeral, but I sort of did.
Is this somebody you knew?
No. It was somebody that a dear friend of mine knew. Somebody I didn't know. Why me?
you. Yeah.
Because this woman was, so I wrote I have an oracle deck. I've written 7 oracle decks, and my most recent one is called the Wild Dream Animal Oracle deck.
Okay.
So an oracle deck.
Hold on. I don't know what an oracle deck is. What does it mean?
So I'll show you one of mine. Here's one.
I didn't write any oracle decks. And
Okay. All right. So here's one. It's called Luminous Humanness, and we'll pull one. We'll pull a card.
Okay.
And I don't have my Wild Dream Animal Oracle here, but I will. Anyway, the reason I went is because the woman in France that died ran a wild animal sanctuary trained for the movies. So everything was animals for her. And because I had written this deck, she said, you have to come. It had been translated into French. So I got to go, and everybody at the funeral, there was about 1,000 people at the funeral. This woman was pretty well known. She'd supplied the lions, the bears, the giraffes, the cheetahs for any movie or commercial. Her name is Muriel Beck. If you look her up, you'll see her. She's got this incredible wild animal sanctuary, and some people from the public can come and stay. While I stayed, there was a cheetah outside my bedroom. I have that's on my Instagram. You'll see me showing the cheetah outside my bedroom. Anyway, so here's an oracle. So you can pick one. So what you do is you ask a question. If you're like, okay, if you're wanting to get connected to sort of your dreaming mind, even while you're in the logical mind mode, you can pick an oracle card, and it sort of switches the way you think. So one way to do it is to just say, I've got a question about this remodeling project I'm doing, or
let's do that because we're renovating this carriage house, and tomorrow is a big meeting, and we're gonna find out.
Okay.
So
we're gonna do. All right. So what's the question that you have? The
question is the township going to give us the permits we need to finish, or are they going to hold us up for a number of
those little stinkers?
Yeah, that have nothing to do with a building that was built in 1909. So it's a whole thing.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to ask you to tell me when, and we're going to pick a card that hopefully will give you some insight about that. So shuffling. Tell me when. Let's see. Tell me when to stop.
When?
Okay. Here's the one that's on top. So this is the card called Backstroke Through Your River of Gold. And there's a message it's in the book, but I'm just going to tell you since I wrote this.
Okay.
It's about kind of imagining basically that you've got what you want and that you're already in it. So like there's no limitation. You've got no fear. You're like so abundant. You've got so much of the gifts of everything you want that you are able to just backstroke in it. Like you're Queen Midas. Everything you touch turns to gold. So maybe what this card is saying for you is to approach that meeting after having already bathed in this gold, or like extend the gold into the meeting. So you're not walking into the meeting like, all right, little fuckers, don't mess with me. Don't. Like you're walking.
Right. All right.
You're walking in like, of course it all goes my way.
Now let me ask you, in that card, are there dark cards? Are there cards that are like, oh, there are.
Yeah, there's some that are a lot darker.
Positive cards.
And that's not what you got. You got one of the highest vibey.
Okay.
Cards. Whoa.
Because I was trying to decide which Dina was going to show up, because there's a lot of them.
Oh, yes.
They're not all nice, especially when she's pissed off. So I'll go in with my backstroke Dina and see how she does. So
there you go. Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Well, listen, Kelly, it's always a pleasure when you are on the show. I think it's just you're so insightful. Do yourself a favor and is it a wait list situation for Dreamifesting? Is that how do people get on the wait list?
No, it's available for pre-order on Amazon. But if you go, I can't figure out how to join the chat. I keep clicking on it and it takes me to somewhere.
All right.
To YouTube. Oh, duh. I just need to be inside YouTube.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, Michelle put your website, kellysullivanwalden.com.
Yeah.
Can
And
they
you can go to just Dreamifesting. Yeah, you can do that, or just go to dreamifesting.com, which is it's dream with an I in the middle, FESTING. And then there's all the instructions for how to redeem all
Mm,
the free gifts that you get from pre-ordering the book.
nice, nice.
Yeah.
Well, do yourself a favor. I mean, Kelly, you're so mystical. You have things we can blame on Mercury. Like
Yes.
it's just fun hanging out with you, especially when you give me things that I can blame my life and my poor attitude on. So I appreciate that.
Anytime, honey. And then also we can aspire to hanging out with Grandpa a little more often.
Yes, yes.
That's so
I think that's
good.
so great. I think all of us have those people in our lives that, just if we could just kind of see them and just kind of be in their presence. Like I don't remember what we talked
Oh,
about. I just remember just, being around him and just being so excited to see him again. I mean, he passed when I was probably 18 or 19. It was right when I was going into college. And
wow.
and he was just so awesome. So
Oh,
I think that's great if people, be thinking of your loved ones, get a notebook for next to your bed, put a note on your
yes.
pillow. Um,
Yes.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
those are all really, really great things. So thank you so much. And keep us posted on all of your things that you're working on and your
I will.
tarot card.
Sorry, Pearl's going crazy.
It's great.
Just
It's
wants to be a
great. I
part.
think it's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Kelly.
You're
I
so
really
welcome, and it's so great to connect with all your people here too. Oh my God, hearing your dreams, this time just flew.
It is.
Mwah.
It's amazing to me how many people have similar dreams, right? Whether
Yeah.
it was I keep dreaming about my ex, or I keep dreaming about like the high school locker room,
Cool.
or I don't
Yeah.
remember my dreams at all. They're new.
Or the departed loved ones that come in.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is. We are so much more alike than we are different.
for sure, for sure.
All
Well,
right. Good luck with your meeting tomorrow.
yes,
I want
thank
to hear
you.
about it.
I will
Bring in
definitely
your
keep
golden
you posted.
goddess self
Yes, if my
and
back
your grandpa. Bring
and
in
my
grandpa too.
grandpa, I'll make sure I tell Michelle, um, how it all goes tomorrow. But yeah, everybody do yourself a favor, click the link that Michelle shared earlier. Alejandra shared the link to Kelly's Instagram as well. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow morning for One Funny Morning. And so on behalf of everybody, including sexy producer Michelle, thanks for being here. Thanks again, Kelly, for being here.
Sexy producer Michelle. Mwah, thank you, Dina.
All right.
Delicious Dina.
We'll see you
Mwah.
guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye. Sweet dreams.